It all began when Karen, in a bold and reckless move, attempted to rip off my solar panels herself. She believed that by seizing them, she could assert authority and intimidate me into compliance. What she did not realize was that the panels were under federal protection, installed through a program that made them legally untouchable without authorization. Her audacious act would immediately trigger consequences she could never have imagined, leaving her exposed, humiliated, and facing serious legal ramifications. From the moment she attempted the theft, every detail was meticulously documented. Security cameras captured her climbing onto the roof, prying at the panels, and making aggressive remarks to onlookers. Audio recordings preserved her frantic explanations, as she claimed the right to remove what she saw as a violation of HOA rules. Historical records of Karen's repeated harassment, trespass, and reckless interference were compiled into a comprehensive dossier. Karen assumed that fear, ignorance, or compliance would allow her actions to succeed, but she was about to discover that audacity without legal authority or preparation inevitably fails. When authorities were alerted, they quickly recognized the severity of the situation. Federal agents, who oversee protected solar installations, were immediately involved. Karen's audacious attempt to interfere with federally protected property was documented as attempted theft, tampering with government property, and trespassing. Her reckless act had escalated from a petty dispute into federal criminal liability. Officers on site immediately secured the panels and issued a formal warning. Karen's audacity had instantly backfired. Karen, refusing to accept reality, tried to escalate the situation by contacting HOA members, neighbors, and even local media. She insisted her actions were justified, claiming she was protecting the community from an illegal installation. Every claim collapsed under scrutiny. Security footage, federal documentation, and eyewitness accounts provided irrefutable proof that she had no standing, no authority, and no justification. Her audacious behavior, intended to coerce and intimidate, became permanent documentation of incompetence, entitlement, and reckless illegal action gone catastrophically wrong. Within hours, she faced federal warnings, legal exposure, and public humiliation. To prevent future interference, permanent measures were implemented. The solar panels were upgraded with tamper-proof locks and monitoring systems, security cameras were reinforced, and federal notices were posted to make clear that unauthorized removal or tampering would be met with immediate criminal action. Karen's ability to manipulate, intimidate, or assert authority without legal standing was permanently neutralized. Every audacious act she attempted became documented evidence of incompetence, recklessness, and entitlement gone disastrously wrong. The community quickly became aware of the incident. Karen's repeated audacious attempts to interfere, manipulate, and assert authority without legal or practical standing were publicly exposed. Observers immediately recognized the principle. Audacity without preparation, lawful authority, or strategic foresight inevitably fails when confronted with evidence, law enforcement, and federal oversight. Karen had assumed fear, ignorance, or compliance would follow her actions. Instead, she discovered that reckless interference meets immediate, unavoidable, and humiliating consequences. In the days following the incident, calm returned to the property. Karen's audacity had been decisively neutralized, leaving her exposed, powerless, and publicly humiliated. The solar panels remained fully operational, secure, and legally protected. Her repeated entitlement, reckless interference, and audacious behavior became a cautionary tale for the entire community. By the end of the week, the ranch was serene, secure, and fully under lawful control. Karen's audacity had been decisively defeated, leaving her exposed, powerless, and permanently shamed. Every observer understood the principle. Attempts to manipulate, intimidate, or assert authority without preparation, legal knowledge, or strategic foresight inevitably backfire. Karen had been exposed, powerless, and permanently humbled, leaving the property safe, fully protected, and entirely under rightful authority.